If you are looking for the best chips and all the ahoy and a peg leg to jump on a boat to become a pirate to say ahoy, matey, then you need to come check us out at Nabisco.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Full Belly Podcast. We're here with some wonderful people in our studio, and we've got new cameras, and you're going to know about it. Before we do anything, I would like everybody that's watching to take a quick time out to follow, subscribe, like, whatever it's called on whatever platform you're watching this on. Make sure that you become somebody that watches our content regularly. With that being said, we've got a wonderful guest with us today. And as you guys know, we have our co-host. You guys know his name. His name's Juan.
Orale.
These cameras are so fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. I like them. Very much.
And we have a wonderful guest, too. And before we get into the guest, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for this episode, Chips Ahoy, guys. Chips Ahoy, specifically the mini ones, have decided that they love what we do so much, and they're going to send us an unlimited supply of mini Chips Ahoys. We've got a semi actually just dropped them all off, and they also sent a check, a very generous check, so that we can continue to reach people and do this stuff. So we really appreciate them. It's actually Nabisco is the parent company. And so we'd like to go into a quick commercial to give a shout out for Nabisco and Chips Ahoy. So I'll let Juan take it from here.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, guys. This is an exciting one for me. I have connected lineage to this brand. I'm really, really happy about the opportunity for us to utilize the personal relationships that I have in this investment and tell you guys all about Chips Ahoy, the beautiful product they have, and how you can go about getting it. First and foremost, background and history, guys. We have Zhonglu Sulu Ahoy from 1823, whom was the founder of the Chips Ahoy brand initially, but that goes down a rabbit hole. It's because Mr. Ahoy was actually named Chip, and he was an American man. Went to Asia previous to that in 1799, found himself in Asia and got renamed, and he found the name Ahoy. So with that being said, guys, I want to take you somewhere. If you are looking for the best chips and all the ahoy and a peg leg to jump on a boat to become a pirate to say ahoy, matey, then you need to come check us out at Nabisco. And when you go there, you're going to find yourself eating up a bunch of chips, a bunch of ahoys, and a bunch of chocolateness in your belly. If you want to find the resource, you're going to grab it and you're going to snag it and you're going to take it from me. Chips Ahoy, reach us at 1-800-331-72111, baby. And then after that, run us on over, grab a subscription on the intraweb. You're going to tap into us at W932, W4 on your W2s, and hit us with the .com. That's going to be the way to hit the market and get the real deal thing. To add some spice to your life and make it a real delight, I need you to listen up for the last final one-time offer that I'll extend in 3 weeks one more time. And that is, if you buy 3 of these single packages that come in a group package in a box, and you find a way to get 3 of them instead of 5 of them, then you are going to get 19 free shoes at the size of 10.5 from New Balance. That's on me. Put it on my mama, put it on my daddy, but don't put it on me. Now, with that being said, please tune in next week. If you got any sponsors, hit them up. Let them know that Mr. Ahoy is lineage strong with Juan Manuel Duarte. Orale, baby. Peace out.
Thank you, guys. That was the script that they sent over. So we just gotta say what they say.
Yeah.
Tell us to say, because they give us all the free Chips Ahoys and the money and stuff. So
well, I learned about it because I come from the lineage. I'm Ahoy strong.
I'm really interested in the offer that's going to come in 3 weeks from them that you mentioned. Not the offer that you gave today, but the offer that comes in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that subscriptions to Chips Ahoy existed.
Yeah, bro. Scan the QR code. It's right here, dude.
Scan the QR. That's a QR code. It's not a barcode.
Yeah.
Is it a barcode?
No, it's just QR code for special QR phone
Subscriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll get you right there.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for giving the information about our generous sponsors.
Yeah, I care about what we do.
We care about what we do too. I mean, we made this entire podcast and this show so that we can talk about how we used to be empty in a lot of ways. That's why we named it Full Belly Podcast, is because in recovery, we figured out how to fill ourselves up mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it might be. And so we like to bring on guests that also do that and can share that information with others. And so we have a wonderful guest. His name is Charles. His name is Charles. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, man. We appreciate it. I don't understand the whole Roman Empire thing that's going around. I know that we were kind of talking about it before, and I'm a little bit confused.
I don't get it.
There's a trend on social media on why or how often people think about the Roman Empire. And Josh, behind the scenes, give us a little flick of the camera, Josh. Give us that guy that's doing that right there.
Yeah.
He was saying that he has been asked that 3 times
It's weird.
in the last week
Yeah.
from the Chick-fil-A drive-through guy, and then like 2 random other people just out in the world, like coming across. Is this just what we're supposed to do now?
I guess.
So next time you see a random person out here that you don't know, just ask them how often they think about the Roman Empire.
Yeah. What? So you couldn't ask me about my kids? Are you a dad? You want me to tell you if I know Caligula?
Who's Kalila?
Caligula, bro. He was an absolute lunatic. I believe he had syphilis or something. That's neither here nor there.
Okay. All right. Well, if someone asked me out, like in the world, if I think about the Roman Empire, I would seriously try to get away from them. I would be concerned. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Why would you ask me that? That's the weirdest shit in the world. But I guess since we're here and we're talking about it, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Yeah. Well, what do you say, Charlie? What?
I don't know nothing about it.
You don't know nothing about it, huh?
How often do you think about the Romans and the Colosseum and the history that we learned about when we were in school?
Minimum 5 times a month. Minimum. I love it. So one of my secret passions is archaeology. Something that I'm interested in is archaeology.
What is archaeology?
You dig things up and you find old stuff.
Understood.
You unearth things. I don't know. Something like that. We all know what it is. But yeah, dude. So I have Flipboard is one of my news. It's like a news app that I use on my phone.
Okay.
And one of my favorite things is one of my things that I follow is archaeology. And so I'll see stuff about the Roman Empire. I just love it.
Are they still digging in Rome?
Oh, for
Is
sure.
that a thing? They're still just digging up the city?
Yeah, dog. Yeah, bro. You
Just
got
finding stuff?
underground cities, underground coliseums, bro.
The underground Colosseums.
Under the ground.
Yeah, that's where Musk and
Tesla.
Musk and what the hell's the guy that Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be fighting there.
For sure.
They're going to fight at the underground
Yeah.
Coliseum.
Yeah.
Not the above ground one.
The underground.
It goes down in the underground. Ooh. It's like Fight Club. That's with the home base. And they're going to start a new app together.
Yeah. And it's going to be called,
Face X.
yeah. Ooh, FaceX, bro.
Because Facebook and X.
Dude.
Or Meta X.
Meta.
Medics.
Medics.
That'd be cool if they just came out and did some shit. A
would
car
be. Right.
that was an app
Right.
that you'd open up your phone and like
Turns into a
post.
transformer.
It's possible. Wouldn't put it past you. Do you think it's possible? Do you think about the Roman Empire at all?
Yeah.
How often?
I just think about like how they built the pyramids and shit.
Do you think about that? We were talking about that the other day about how they built the fucking pyramids.
Yeah, it's weird.
What do you? I just want to ask you, like, what do you think about the pyramids?
Oh, they're amazing.
They really are. They're like mind blowing.
How do you think they were built, though? How do you think they were built?
I think that aliens built them.
Really?
Yeah,
Uh,
they do. I'm sorry. I know that sounds really, really weird. I don't know if it was aliens. I just don't think it was man-made.
from Earth, somebody that inhabited.
I
or
don't
came.
think it's. I don't think it's possible.
What about you? What do you
I
think?
think the same thing.
Aliens? Yeah.
Dude, back then, that long ago, those things are so like the blocks that those pyramids are made out of are as big as this room.
Yeah.
And it's like a skyscraper. They're perfectly stacked. There's like funneling systems and vents going through them, and they're the space between them is just like literally they're perfect. That long ago, I don't know when it was, thousands and thousands of years ago when those things were built. Like there's no way that people could even think about. Dude, I was thinking. So I was actually talking with the sheriff yesterday. Okay, and he was talking about how they're building a new jail, and how in the 70s. So 50 years ago,
right?
The jail that they built in Toledo, I mean, it's like archaic. It's antiquated. They didn't think things through. Like the whole process of it is so old for just being 50 years ago. They're like, how much stuff has changed and how they've thought about like truly the design of it, of if this is where the station is or whatever, the guard station, how they can see everybody, you know, and versus how this one is built. It's the current one is built not like that. And so like people have to do rounds and whatever. Anyways,
Tartaria.
50 years, dude. 50 years. That building is archaic to the point where they're going to demolish it and spend like $20 million building a new one or some shit like that. Thousands of years ago. Thousands. How could they possibly have the forethought, the just engineering, the mindset up to build something that perfect, and then check this out, that's still standing in perfect condition?
That's if you believe that history is accurate the way that it's been conveyed to us, brother. You understanding me right now, Parker?
So now you're an archaeologist and a historian.
Yep.
Okay.
See, because how comes the world fairs across the world were introducing technologies that we no longer see today?
I have a question.
How comes they're erasing our technology, bro?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Did you say how comes?
How comes? How comes?
How comes? We got a historian, archaeologist,
And a linguist.
and a linguist that says, how comes?
Listen here, buddy. How comes? How comes?
Listen here, pal. How comes?
Let's get down to brass tacks here. How comes? What does the board say? How comes you? Yeah. Bro, I mean, you think about it. It's resonance, frequency, sound waves, right? Those are the things that keep everything together. Vibration and particles. Break it down to atoms and its vibrations, right? That's how it all is here, brother. And people learned how to manipulate vibration. And they use that to lift, lower, move, break down, separate. And they use tools to make that happen. Maybe they were taught by other people from other planets how to do that, but we didn't just freaking, like, the monkey mind was gone. Like, we're talking Darwinism and all kinds of evolution, bro. We ain't had the monkey mind for a long time. There was people just as smart as Einstein back then as they are today.
So how did the Mayans then start to build pyramids? How did the people in Egypt communicate to the people in Mexico?
Yeah, they talked, bro.
How did they talk?
They had ways. They
Build the same types of
Yeah, they traveled. They got around. They kicked it.
They just
There was things.
hopped on a jet.
Birds.
Birds.
They have birds flying messages.
They sent it.
Flying on a
they said, "Hey,
pterodactyl,
bird,
dog."
I want you to leave Egypt today, and in 17 days, you're going to land in a place called Mexico.
Yeah, bro.
And I want you to teach those people, drop off this thing that we're going to strap to your leg. It's instructions. It's a simple guide on how to build a pyramid.
Aliens is likely.
Thank you.
It's likely. Oh, fine.
Charles, man, I've been seeing you around, and listen, every day I see you, you always are positive. I don't know if you recognize that. Do you know that? Do you feel that way about yourself, that you just have a very positive aura?
I do. I hear it a lot.
How does that make you feel? Because I would venture to guess that there was times in your life where that was not the case.
Oh yeah, behind the scenes too. I feel like energy just vapors off into other people. So if I keep a negative energy, people don't want to be around me. And and then also when I'm negative, other people are negative around me. So I try to keep positive so everybody be in a good mood around me.
Yeah, it's important.
Right. And I don't want nobody being sad around me neither, because it ain't fun.
Being sad is not fun at all.
It takes a lot of energy being sad.
Damn, that's a deep statement. It takes a lot of energy to be sad. It really does, though. That's like there's no arguing that.
You're drained, right? People are like, I'm drained.
Yeah, but then when you stay sad, you can't, you like continue to drain. You know what I mean? Like there's no filling yourself up if you just stay sad. It's almost like you have to turn a switch. and force yourself to be positive.
First
It's a
miracle.
lot of energy to be sad. Takes a lot. That's deep. How long you been clean?
22 months, 22 and a half months.
Give us a round.
Give us a round of applause somewhere on there. Whatever one you hit's going to work out.
Yeah, just hit a button, bro.
Slide the bar up. There it is. Boom shakalaka.
There you go, Josh.
Yeah, there we go.
22 months.
Yeah, 22 for me and you. It's amazing. Where are you from?
Youngstown,
Ohio.
Youngstown, Ohio.
How did you find yourself out here?
One of my best, actually, there was a rehab I was in. They got raided by the FBI.
Oh, California Palms.
No, that was the second one.
Oh, okay.
This one was Breaking Point. They're 5 minutes down the road from each other. And
In Youngstown?
yeah,
Wow, Youngstown's just getting smoked.
yeah, they're everywhere. But then one of my friends, I got out of prison, and one of my friends, he ran. It's called Breaking Point. Well, this time it went to Valor. Now it's Midwest. It's Midwest now. And I went in there, did the program. They sent me to Toledo. That was 18 months ago. And then I did the program, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did it. I ended up turning myself in because I had a warrant. I couldn't advance in my recovery. So the whole time, and they maxed me out. They gave me a fucking year. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You're good.
Be you.
Go
They
ahead.
gave me a year on a felony 5. And then the whole time I was there, though, I took my treatment with me, stayed sober, and I planned on coming here. Because right before I turned myself in, I called Team Recovery for sober living. So they I was on the list to get in there, but I ended up like turning myself in. And yeah, so the whole time I was in prison, I was planning on coming back out here, getting into treatment back because I like Toledo. It like changed my life a little bit out here.
It's amazing. And you plan to stay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Youngstown's a thing. It's a thing of the past, huh?
Yes.
So going in, one of the things that you said, you took your recovery with you when you went, and I think that's hard to do. That's like, again, being in a place where it's not very positive, it's not very happy, right? Like,
Right.
how do you tell us what it was like trying to stay sober? Were you able to get involved in classes? Were you like reading? Is there AA meetings or anything like that? Like, what was it like going to prison? What was it like going to prison sober? I can't even imagine.
It sucked. But I was in a prison. There really ain't nothing going on. Lake Erie. Wasn't nothing going on up there. There's 6 dorms. There's 7 days in a week. So I got it approved where I can. I've been there a couple of times. I got about 7 years there total. And so I pulled some strings with some people. Got it approved where every day about 7:30 when the yard closed, I can go to different dorms, run AA Big Book.
You were running it.
Yeah.
No shit.
But I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I wasn't doing it for the reading. I was doing it so I can interact with other dorms past dinner time. And I don't know, it just clicked on me one day. I stopped doing it. I just started taking the book seriously. And yeah.
Damn. So do you, the literature, was it AA meetings? Was it NA meetings?
It was whatever we wanted to be.
Gotcha.
You know, just people come in there, the ones that they're serious, like they just, it was like a popcorn feelings meeting about what's going on, how they're doing it, that type of stuff. Kind of therapeutic for somewhere like that.
Absolutely, I bet. So then getting out, what are you doing different this time? Because you said multiple numbers. How many rehabs have you been to?
I think 6.
Something's different this time.
Oh,
Is this the longest you've ever put together? 22 months?
No, I was sober for 11 years once.
11 years. Okay. What happened?
I turned 12.
Oh, yeah. Damn, dude, that's good. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I've never heard that before.
That boy cooked us.
Damn. When did you start using drugs? 15 years old? Yeah, I was sober for 14 years before, and I turned 15. Dude, that's good.
Yeah,
Where did you hear that? Did you make that up? You heard that somewhere else? Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I wonder who like invented that joke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
clever
It
shit.
was some alcoholic, bro,
No. He was some guy in the Roman Empire.
for sure.
Definitely.
Caligula.
His
is the
son, Caligulatus.
Yeah. Once he caught syphilis, that's when he started to drink.
Yeah, yep, because he had this slime.
No. He started to drink, and then he had some some crazy thoughts.
Syphilis thought.
Well, no, he had unprotected sex. They had like sheepskin condoms and stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
And then he caught syphilis,
Yeah.
syphilis.
Yeah.
It was actually called syphilis before. And then,
Yeah.
make things easier, take the H out of there and
Syphilis.
just straight syphilis,
Yeah.
dude. Simple, easy, nice syphilis.
Yeah. Let's cut out a syllable here, but not.
Still the same amount of work to say the word.
Yeah.
You just people without tongues can say it now. Damn, dude. So you got out. Tell me about that day. What did you do on your first day when you got out to come here? Did you come here right away? Did you clean up some wreckage in Youngstown? What'd you do?
No, I was walking to the gate and the sheriff was there with 4 secret indictments from 2011.
Dang.
Yeah, so I ended up bonded out. That was exactly 1 week later. I got out on Friday. That next Friday, I bonded out. So I got my stimulus checks. That's why I spent my stimulus checks on.
On bonding out.
Yeah.
So you were getting out of prison. You're walking to the gate, and the sheriff says, "Just kidding." Ha ha.
12 years later. It was from 12 years ago, 2011.
Damn. So then you had to clean that up.
Yeah, I bonded out. They offered me 5 years. Actually, I got court
Offered. They offered you 5 years. Like, hey, we got a real generous.
Right. It is. It's 4 felony ones with gun specification.
That's generous.
So that's generous.
Very generous.
And I go to court October 4th. I was going to take the 5 years, but somehow my lawyer found some glitches. They threw the charges. They dropped the charges during the suppression hearing, and now I only got a felony for aggravated trafficking, which only holds 18 months.
Okay.
So there's a possibility I might not go back to prison this time. But yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen that actually be the case, dude. I don't know how you're feeling about all this. Obviously, I'm sure you're a little bit nervous and there's anxiety and fear and shit, but I'm one of them, but I've seen so many other people facing time like that or even more. And because of what they're doing, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like your shit's cleaned up. You've taken care of it. You've addressed, you've rehabilitated. That's what they want to do. Corrections. You've corrected. Right. And so to throw you in now, it would cost money.
Right.
Like it doesn't make sense for them. It really does not make sense. So I'm praying for you, and I hope that it works out the way that it should.
I appreciate it.
As the way that it should happen. So I hope that I think the system is changing too.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like 10 years ago, they probably would have given you 5 or more. Now they understand, dude, like addiction. This does not make sense to take this person who's literally progressing and then now put them back in a cage.
Right.
Doesn't make sense. They're just not doing, it's not happening as much anymore.
Right. This individual hasn't offended in 2.5 years, has actually like improved their life, improved everything. Right. Like it doesn't make sense the same way, and the people are changing. Stigma's changing.
Yeah. Yeah. Even education, like even in like law school, like I think all like different areas and majors, they're talking about addiction more, but like in law school, I just talked to someone the other day who's giving a presentation to law students, and they wanted to use team recovery because like they didn't have any curriculum at the school to talk about like addicts and recovery and stuff. They're like, can you send us a video, like something we can teach these kids? Like that's where it's at. Like they want to teach people about this because they should be thinking about all of the factors in rendering a decision to say like, is this person guilty or not? Are we sentencing or not? You know what I mean?
Right.
They need to be thinking about that sort of stuff, and that is a huge part.
Right.
Remember when we had what was her name? From like Seneca County.
Oh yeah. Grace
right?
Moorhart.
Grace came and shout out Grace. We asked her how like if you were to take 100 people in a jail or a prison, how many of them are there because of something to do with drugs and alcohol, not necessarily using, but whether it's like they got in a fight because they were drunk, they got a DUI, they are addicted to drugs, they sell drugs, whatever it is, right? And she said 98%.
Man.
98 out of 100 people, dude. That's crazy. So like they should be considering that sort of stuff when they're talking about fucking putting somebody away for multiple years, like let's address the real issue, not just lock somebody up.
Right.
I don't know. I wish I could be a judge. That'd be cool.
Man, dude, change the game, bro. Yeah. Yeah. You come from the bottom, bro, and you understand people.
In the Roman Empire, a judge.
Yeah.
Fucking from back in the day,
just
dude.
Bring a Roman judge.
Can you imagine what court looked like? They probably had those leaves around her head and shit with a fucking robe.
Yeah.
or a shawl or whatever those things tied with like an olive branch rope or some shit like that.
And they carried around like a freaking like a reed, and they would smack flies with it. Like
Light incense.
Yeah.
Someone would feed the judge grapes.
Yeah.
Before he rendered a decision.
Yeah. And he was laying on like a chase.
Big ass chair.
Yeah.
Big ass chair, dude.
And just put his head back and give me a grape.
Yeah, and he didn't have a gavel, dude. They didn't hit gavels in Roman court.
No.
They fucking rung bells. Fucking like church tower bells, bro.
They had a rope.
He'd make his decision and be like, "You're guilty." Ding. Just the whole town knew, bro.
I can do this all
Send him out to the freaking Coliseum to get eaten by lions and shit, or
centaur.
beheaded in the middle of the court.
Yeah, by an executioner with a iron helmet on.
That'd be kind of cool. Now that I think about it, dude, I would say I might think about the Roman Empire a couple times a month.
Yeah, see?
There's a couple random thoughts that come through.
Yeah.
I do think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you think about JD and you think about him like Sparta, you know?
Just rubbing his hands for battle, warming up, dude. Yeah, it's amazing. So what's the biggest thing, brother, that you're doing different this time, that regardless of what happens on October 4th, what do you know in your heart that hopefully is going to continue to take you through, whether you do go back in or you don't and you stay out? What are you doing different? What's the main thing or things?
22 months staying sober was the easy part for me, you know. Yeah, that was the easy part when I was in recovery, but I wasn't recovering.
Ooh.
You know, this whole time I was just staying sober. I wasn't working on nothing. I wasn't taking self inventory, looking at none of my character defects, none of that. And like I was here and I signed up. I didn't even sign up for groups when I first got here. I was just like, you know, whatever. I'm in sober living, doing rehab. So I just sit in groups. And then one day we were talking about character defects and stuff. And I was in a trauma class. You know, I never really thought none of my trauma was the reason I started getting high, because I started getting high so late in life. I was 28 years old when I was getting high, and I only been home for 2 of them years since I'm 42. And then, but I was doing weed my whole life. So maybe I was getting high, running from my problems. So I started just looking into it. And then I worked the steps a little bit, realized them were designed to deal with my past. So all this stuff that I thought I put away in my mind just kept coming up, reappearing. Years of abuse, years of this, mom getting murdered, me getting shot, like everything just started like maybe I am running from this. So I started just looking at it, you know, and dealing with it, talking about it, sharing about it. Every night before I go to bed, I do my self inventory. Like I'm hyperactive, I'm too much a lot. So what I do is I think about how my actions affected somebody some kind of way, whether good or bad. I do it for myself, whether they affected me good or bad. And I try not to do it again. You know, I try not to do that again. But the biggest thing is, like I said, I was in recovery. I wasn't recovering because I refused to talk about stuff. I refused to work on my character defects, like stuff that was really getting in the way of me recovering. Like I just thought I can get sober and things would get better, but it's really not. You know, the sober part for me, like I said, is easy. It's just staying sober, dealing with the problems and why I get high and all that stuff. I'm still working on it. It's the hard part.
That is the hard part. My God, man, you said a lot of like really, really contextual stuff right there, like good stuff with sustenance. In recovery and not recovering. I think that I can relate to having been there in other like stints of trying to get sober and it never worked for me. And like, I didn't figure out that that's what I was doing until it was too late. You know what I mean? Like I realized that after I relapsed, and then I would get locked up again and be like, what did I do wrong? Man, I was in recovery, but I wasn't recovering, you know, like thank God you realized that. Not like now, you know what I mean? Or I know people and thank God it didn't like take them back to a drink or a drug. Because if you're just sitting there, man, like if you're not working on progressing, like you're working towards a relapse. That's just the way that it is. That's how it is with us. We have to continually be working forward and taking steps forward and shit like that. So we're expiring, dude. Every second of every day that we don't try to get better and try to do something else, there is no staying stagnant in this shit. Right. There is no like, I'll just be the same. No, dude, we're like literally diminishing every single day. Every single day.
Yeah. And to think about it, man, like the reservation, of it, right? Like the reservation is also like having a reservation or a doubt or a hesitation to commit to the lifestyle of recovery. Mm-hmm. Like you said, if you don't believe that the outcome, if you don't buy in and if you don't recover, like if you don't believe that the outcome of that is similar to what it would be for you or for me, like I believe, like if I don't do this, I know the outcome. It's either jails, institutions, or death. Yeah. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So having a reservation is like, that's foolish, bro. Mm-hmm. The only poison that you can swallow and still live is what? Your pride.
I never heard that one before either. I'm hearing some new shit.
Pride, bro. You got to swallow your pride, bro. It's the only poison that we can swallow and still live, bro. Like for real. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say something completely inappropriate. I'm glad that you actually made something like
I threw a banger out there. I threw a banger out there, bro.
That was very wholesome, and I'm glad that it was.
Yeah.
Because we would have lost our Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. Well, coming from the life
sponsorship for sure.
No, that's Uncle Ahoy would have been cool with it, but neither here nor there. Thinking about that though, for you, man, right? You come from institutions, and some of the tragic situations you've been through, but like having to survive, right? And trying to create whoever it is that we need to create to live in the environments we're in. And then to come into a place and be like, now I have to be good in order to live and to flourish. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why I say that, because I had to swallow my pride and recreate myself. And doing so was scary, and I felt really vulnerable, and I felt really uncomfortable. At times it can be really uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And I just see that, man. When you're talking about positivity, you came from some really harsh environments, bro, and you're carrying light with you, man. Yeah, is that a difficult thing for you to realize, or is it just natural for you to just be like, man, I'm going to be positive?
Like it's natural, I guess. It's just.
Does it feel uncomfortable?
At times.
Does it? Just and I can relate, like when you are in and out of prison 7 times or whatever it was, and like go through the shit that, I mean, God, you mentioned a couple of them. I can't relate, and I don't know if I'd be able to, dude. Like I give you like praise for making it through and still being here. How do you change? Like, how do you like change your mindset and walk around positive the way that you are? Like, that's my question. And you're doing it so well. And so to be through all that, and to probably want to be hard and to want to be calloused and want to be angry at the world, but then knowing that like positive and happy and optimistic is what I have to do for my well-being to survive. There's a conflict going on there. Yeah. That's hard to do. And so not only doing it, you're doing it well, but then other people are telling you like, hey, you're a happy man. I love seeing it. It's like, don't fucking tell me that. It's weird. Stop telling me I'm a happy man. You know what I mean? Like it probably feels uncomfortable to receive a compliment like that, but I mean it, dude. Anytime I've ever been in a group with you or see you in the hall or anything, like I love seeing the energy and the enthusiasm. Like it's never too late for anybody. I don't care what you've been through, how old you are, how many times you've been through it. Like you're doing it, bro. You're doing it, and it rubs off on other people. So I think that's worth like telling you that, because we need to hear those types of things. Right. Like it's not just you doing it and trying to do it. Like, bro, people are picking up on it. People feel it. People recognize it. So keep doing that, dude. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. We like to offer our guests to ask us questions.
Oh, I got some good ones. Yeah. So, the questions I came up with, right? I just thought about what's important to me in my treatment and how to inform me in the questions. So I got one for one. How do you handle difficult conversations with clients who are resistant to change or treatment?
Whoo, boy. One more time.
How do you handle difficult conversations with clients who are resistant to change or treatment?
Well, I love human beings, so I'm a student of the human condition. I try not to take the situation personal. If I personalize somebody else's resistance, I'm not going to be effective. I'm not going to be nearly as effective. And so the Atomic Habits or 7 Habits of Highly Effective People type situation that we were talking about earlier, right? Seek to understand. If I'm really looking to understand where this person's coming from, then I can come armed with information that hopefully can lower their guard. If my attitude and my position and posture is I want to help, I'm going to do a better job at doing so. But if they continue to be resistant, I just allow what I believe and have been taught and have seen and experienced to be healthy be the truth. Well, this lesson isn't mine, and unfortunately, this individual is going to have to figure out what that looks like. I shouldn't compromise good at the cost of somebody being unwilling, because it could compromise the whole system.
Right. Number 2. What strategies do you use to help individuals cope, or what strategies do you use to help individuals develop healthy coping skills?
Sheesh. Honestly, man, I think it's
questions.
Man, these are good questions, dude.
Really good questions.
Yeah. Exposure. I think it's exposure, right? I can't really, I couldn't develop healthy coping mechanisms without being faced with the unhealth in front of me, and for me to face that situation through the lens and the willingness of change. And so it's understanding what somebody's limitations are through experience. And again, what you said previously in the previous question, if somebody's unwilling, then I should be really slow to push them, and I should meet them where they're at. But helping people develop it is giving them an idea, modeling it and showing it through my own experience, other people's experience, and helping them step into the uncomfortability of what it looks like to adapt a new way of doing things. People tend to get really comfortable with whatever it is that they get comfortable with. And doing the right thing can feel like the wrong thing for somebody that's used to doing the wrong thing all the time.
Right.
Damn.
Right. One more.
Banger closing statement. Banger closing statement. Doing the right thing can feel like the wrong thing when you're used to doing the wrong thing all the time.
Yeah.
All right. One more, Juan. Explain the importance of peer support in addiction recovery.
Oh my God, dude! The importance of peer support is it's everything, right? The peer is your equal, right? My peers are my equals. When I look at systems that have different people established to be the ones that are creating the rules, creating the boundaries, creating the limitations, the people that they're creating those things for tend to try to find ways to manipulate and lie about that. They want to find ways to do that. But when you're interacting with a peer group, the moral compass of the fabric of your society that you have is held together by your peers. And so you can't get away with it as much, right? If I'm ingrained in everything that you're doing and you see me as a peer, the odds are that you're going to trust me more than you trust somebody else.
Right.
You're going to believe in me more than you're going to believe in somebody else.
Right.
So I believe the effectiveness of peer-to-peer interaction is probably second to none. In AA, it's one addict helping another, or one alcoholic helping another. When others fail at securing our confidence, the addict can. And I believe that's the same system with peers. The effectiveness is it's just great, dude. It's where it's at.
Good answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good answer.
You ready?
Good questions.
Yeah.
I was born ready, dog.
Right.
What you got?
Explain the concept of harm reduction and how it applies to addiction recovery.
The concept of harm reduction is literally doing that. It's to reduce harm, right? And so there's a lot of ways to do that. Essentially, why it was born is because people are dying. People are dying, and if they're not dying while they're staying in active addiction and existing, they are doing a lot of bad things to themselves and to others, whether that's contracting diseases, spreading diseases, bloodborne illnesses, sexually transmitted illnesses, whatever it might be, right? Or while they're using with supplies that just are either filthy, they're unsafe, they're not sterile, whatever, the list goes on. And so I think medication can fall into that as well. There's anything that we can do to help somebody stay alive, and anything that we can do to help improve somebody's quality of life and safety while they're still using. I would categorize under the harm reduction bubble. A lot of people aren't comfortable with it. You know, you have your safe injection sites and you have your safe use supply vans and stuff that go all over the place. And I mean, now they're going as far as giving free stems and chore and ascorbic acid in case somebody's injecting crack instead of smoking it. They're giving all sorts of stuff. If people are snorting cocaine, they don't want people folding up dollar bills. Like, they'll give you clean, sterile straws, or what they're doing. This is a new one that I didn't even know about this. They have like the Flonase, like mister bottles that create a mist. Like, you can put your cocaine into these things with sterile water and like stop going into the toilet in the bar and like sniffing off the back of the seat. Like, just pull this thing out and like sniff some clean cocaine. And so so when I say that, literally, like, that's new information. And some of those things are like shocking, absolutely shocking to hear. And a lot of people would say, we're just like supporting really poor decisions here. We're just letting people still get high. The reality is, dude, is like, we're not supporting shit. People are going to get high if they want to get high. When somebody's ready to get clean, there's nothing that we can do wrong. And if they're not ready to get clean, there's nothing that we can do right. So if somebody is going to continue to use drugs, which will happen forever, we might as well try to make it as safe as possible. So all this stuff, so we don't find needles on the side of our road and in a park, so our kids can get fucking pricked by it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff that people don't think about. So, I think that it's and regardless of what I think, you think, anybody else thinks, look at the data. Like, the data speaks everything that we need to know. Does it work? Yes, it does. It helps. It helps reduce all of the problems that are being created by addiction and mental health. And so whether you feel good about it or not, whether you think it's cool or not, based off of your opinions, the data speaks volumes and it says that it helps. So.
Right. All right. Number 2, are you familiar with evidence-based practice such as motivational interviewing and cognitive behavior therapy?
To be completely honest with you, no, I'm not. I'm not. That's why I'm going to school. And like, that is exactly why I want to continue to learn. So for the last 7 years, I know the business better than most people. I know legal, I know compliance. I know how a treatment center should feel. I know the efficiency of it. I know the flow of it. Because I've been there, I've been in treatment. And then in working in it, I know all the back end stuff, right? Like, I know how to run a treatment center. But when it comes down to different modalities and how to offer it, you know, I have had the pleasure of working with really good clinical experts in the time that I've been doing this, and that's their bubble. Like, I like to stay in my bubble. Right. I know what I'm good at, and I don't like to step outside of that because I don't like losing. I don't like failing. And so for me, I like to stay at what I'm really, really good at. If I do want to learn something, I'm not going to speak on something I don't understand, you know? So I'm in school. I went back to school, and because I want to know that kind of stuff. I want to know how to offer it, and I want to know what it means, and I want to know why it's important. So I'm actually an intern right now. Like, right now I'm in school. I'm going to go to do something for class after we turn these cameras off, and who knows, maybe I'll be learning about CBT and whatever else you said, emotional, what did you say?
Motivational interviewing.
Motivational interviewing. I didn't know what you said. So yeah, I don't.
Right.
But I would like to.
All right. And number 3, right? this is a dumb question I got, but like, being that you got hundreds and thousands of people depending on you, right? Like us as addicts coming in here, does that help you stay sober some?
Yeah, there's a part of it that does. There's definitely a part of it. I mean, people reliant in whatever family at home or families of the clients that we're treating or the clients themselves. Regardless of if I'm here or not, this place goes on, right? And like, regardless of if this place goes away, everybody still has a choice to say, am I going to stay clean today, or am I going to go use? So do I feel like the weight of that? I do. But that motivates me. Like, the weight and the pressure of how much is riding on this, not just on the client side, but like on our team, our staff, you know, like, people are feeding their families because of their careers here and things like that. And so, everything that I do and everything that I think of is for the betterment of team recovery. Every action that I take, literally words that I say, I don't care where I'm at, what I wear. Like, even when I go home tonight and this weekend, if I go out with my kids, like, what I wear, I think about how it's going to reflect on team recovery. And so I'm always thinking about how it reflects on our staff and on our clients. And one thing that I can say anybody can take to the bank and cash it is that every decision I make will be for the betterment of Team Recovery.
That's some good answers.
Good questions, brah.
Right?
Really good questions.
Yeah. Well, how'd you think of those?
I Googled that shit.
Yeah, those are good, bro. Those are good.
No, I just thought about things that were important to me in this recovery, you know. So, yeah, I just based them formed them into questions.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dude. I had a good time with you, man. You did a wonderful job. I appreciate your insight. I appreciate just spending time with you, being in the same space, and I love seeing you around here. And I'm gonna be praying for you. I didn't know that you had court coming up, but regardless, now that I do know, I'll be praying, and I believe it's gonna work out how it's supposed to, and I think it's gonna be good.
It's just an offer. They're just gonna offer me something. But I just want. Can I say something?
Please do.
So, what got me clean was the desire to change, desire to be clean. Like, I realized that I can't do it for nobody. I can't do it for me, or I can't do it for my kids. I can't do it for my girlfriend. I can't do it for family or nothing. Like, it's not going to work until you desire this, until your heart really is done and it desires more, desires better, desires a different lifestyle. That's when it'll start working.
Amen.
And I pray for everybody that's in recovery every night after I'm done doing my self-inventory. I pray for everybody.
That's awesome, man. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be there for each other. That's amazing. The desire has to be there. Man. What do they say? What's the only requirement for membership?
Desire to change.
The desire to stop using or drinking or whatever it is. It's all about the desire, man. Once you have the desire and the desire becomes greater than the desire to use again, it's kind of hard to fuck up. You know, like
51%.
51%. 50.1. That's all we need, dude. As long as it's greater than 50, like everything else, we'll fuck up. You know, we'll fuck up sometimes. We'll make mistakes. It's all good. Everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah.
I love the ending there. Good stuff, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you, Juan, obviously, for being here again with us. And I want to thank everybody for watching as well. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you found anything of value, which I know that you did, please make sure that you like, subscribe, follow whatever platform you're watching us on, and share this with somebody. Somebody needs to hear what we talked about today. So please do that. We appreciate it. If you need help, if you have questions, if you just need an ear to listen, 419-561-LIFE. That's our hotline. We've been doing it for almost 8 years now, and we'll be doing it for a long time. So that's available for anybody. I don't care where you're at. Call us, and we'll do our best to help you. And so thanks again, guys. We really do appreciate it. Fantastic episode. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.